everybody, today I'm going to talk about times in my life when I've gotten sick. Now, if you're new here, consider separating the bell. So usually I have pretty good immunity against like the flu and stuff like that. But I kind of want to talk about times in my life when I've gotten sick and kind of like the most notable ones. And before I do this video, I do want to mention that this will involve some stories about vomit and puking. So if you are sensitive to that, I don't know if you would want to watch this video, but I kind of wanted to send out that warning because I know some people are sensitive about that, but I kind of wanted to talk about this today. So yeah, let's get started. The first one is I went to Disneyland in 2008, and this was a trip that my parents and a couple family members and me and my sister did. I'm pretty sure we drove from Missouri to California, so it was a long drive. We did it in our Suburban. It was really hot. And it was not the best drive, and I don't remember very much in terms of like the drive, but like we drove a long time to there, and we decided to go to Disneyland. And actually that's the only time I've gone to Disneyland in my entire life, like the original park. I do want to go back at some point. I don't remember that much about like the actual time I got sick because like I was only like 4 or 5 years old, and this was the time when I was not verbal. Like, because, like, I had delayed speech in terms of, like, my autism and stuff, it was kind of hard to express when I did eventually get sick what I felt like. So it was really hard for them. So the things I remember is we stayed, I believe, at a Disneyland hotel. I remember trying to sleep. And, like, I'm pretty sure I had, like, a fever. I remember my stomach wasn't feeling good either. And I remember the TV was on, and it kind of felt like a little bit of, like, you know, like, fever dreams and stuff like that. It kind of felt like that. And, like, it's kind of annoying because, like, I already kind of didn't sleep well at that time. I used to have night terrors. And then, it wasn't just me. My sister was sick, too. And I'm pretty sure we had the same thing because like, I remember a little bit that my sister wasn't feeling well either. Actually, my brother was there, but he was just born. So, like, he really probably got off scot-free. I don't think he got sick. He was still in a stroller at the time. So, I remember in Disneyland, I don't remember if I was exactly sick when we went there. I think I was. But we just spent so much money that I felt like we would have wasted our money if we didn't go. So, yeah, we went. And I remember I actually have some photos of that day, and it looked like I had a smile on my face, but probably deep down I was sick. So, yeah, that was one of the first times. And also, I did end up getting better by the time we went to Knott's Berry Farm. We also went there too. By the time we went there, it was way better. So yeah, that's kind of like really the first time that I remember really getting sick. So the next one is stomach flu on the toilet. And I'm glad that I did this warning with the throw up thing earlier because there's only 2 stories that have it, but I just wanted to make sure to let people know. So this was around 2013, 2014. One time I was going number 2, and I started feeling gross in my stomach. And like, there is this thing that I often have every time that I'm about to throw up, is my ears like really start to get hot. Like, it's like a really kind of weird ringing and like a weird feeling on my ears. And I vomited on the floor while I was in the toilet. I think my parents heard me, or maybe, no, I think I do remember telling them, like, yelling at them, hey, I threw up. And when they walked in, actually everyone was there. They were disgusted, of course, and they told me to get in the shower because, like, there's probably some chance that some of it got on my clothes. So, I was about to go in the shower, and my mom was so disgusted that she said, I will give anybody $20 to clean this up. To her words, not mine, what I said, it was a faint voice from me saying, I will. So I picked up my own puke. So yeah, so that was interesting. And the reason why I did it mainly is because I wanted this Doctor Who kind of like Lego figure set of all the 11 Doctors. It was in this really cool TARDIS box. I mean, I don't think it was technically Lego, but it was something like that. And I really wanted it at the time, and I had $10, and it actually was perfect timing because I had enough money to afford it. It wasn't really that expensive. It was only like $30. But back then, that was a lot of money for me. So, yeah, so it actually kind of worked out, like, the timing. If I did throw up, that I would be able to afford it. And actually, I really like that set. I actually might get it again because, like, I lost all the pieces of, like, the doctors and stuff, and I probably would take way better care of it now. And the TARDIS box, I really wish I didn't throw away. But yeah, so that was not fun. I mean, I got $20, but yeah. So number 3 is the suitcase incident. So this might not seem bad at first, but there's a story behind this one. So this was, I believe, on Christmas Day. I don't remember what year it was. It was 2014 around that time, I think. This one is a little bit different compared to the other stories because it wasn't necessarily the stomach flu. It was a lot of me eating too much chocolate. I remember on Christmas morning, we got our stockings, and there was a ton of chocolate in there, and I ate almost all of it. And I'm actually kind of surprised that my mom or my dad didn't see that I was eating that much. I probably was eating it so fast that I didn't even notice. So what's interesting is my sister got a suitcase for Christmas, and what happened is that, so basically I was sleeping in the room with my sister and my brother, and there was this bunk bed that used to be at my grandparents' house, and I was sleeping on the bottom bunk bed, and I think my brother was sleeping on the top. I have a really bad track record of not making it to the toilet before I throw up. Like, it's an issue that I've had for years. I just struggle with it. It's just really annoying. But yeah, so I was too lazy to get up, and I felt like I was about to throw up. So what I forgot is the suitcase was laying, like, open, like it was opened right next to my bunk bed. So when I leaned over, I threw up all over the suitcase. I was already feeling gross, and then I felt horrible because my sister just got that new suitcase, and I knew I would be in trouble. And I didn't get, like, my iPod or whatever device I had taken away at that time because they probably felt bad for me. What's sad about it is my sister was pissed at me. Like, she said, "Why didn't you make it to the toilet?" And I didn't have any excuse. I just am bad at it. I felt really bad, actually. But they tried washing it off with the hose, and then that didn't work, so they just threw it away. They threw away like $100 suitcase because of me being lazy. So I kind of still feel bad about it to this day, to be honest. And we kind of bring it up sometimes, but yeah, I do remember that Christmas for that reason, because just a brand new gift being puked all over. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So the next one is the flu from 2023. Up until the past 2 years, I didn't really get sick that much. Like, I really actually never have gotten COVID this whole time that I know of. Maybe I had it with no symptoms, but I haven't had it with any symptoms. So there's a couple times I did think I had it though. So I started feeling it when I did a video about why I walked out on Wish. And I went to the movie theater to see Wish because I knew it was bombing at the time in the box office. So I was just like, well, I might as well see it anyway. And AMC was the theater that I went to, and I already was kind of feeling not that great. I started getting a little bit of a sore throat before I went there. This is not exaggerating. Like, when I was eating the popcorn, when I was eating it, I barely ate any of it because for some reason, or probably a good reason, like the popcorn of the salt, like the salt of it, when I was swallowing each time, I was like, this is not right. It was burning like crazy. Like, it felt like a small razor blade was going through my throat. And yeah, so that's when I walked out, and I wonder now, when I look back at it, that one of the reasons why I walked out is because I wasn't feeling great. I made the video anyway when I was sitting in the car, and then I noticed that once I got home, it started, and it was not good. When I was editing that video, that's when it started getting bad. And I was just like, whatever, I'll put music over it and just not have to edit any of it. That's probably why I didn't edit that video, the majority of it. Yeah, so that happened, and then, so I used to work at Hy-Vee, for a few months in 2023, and like I was about to go to work, but then I just was feeling terrible, and also I was already kind of like struggling with Hy-Vee, not their fault really at all. Like I just felt like I didn't belong there, and like I was already struggling with the fact that I am sick and now I have to go to work. Because they did have a policy back then to where even if you're positive with COVID, like with a mask, you can technically still come to work with a mask on. Which I didn't think that was right. But yeah, so I tried to go to work, and the last day of Hy-Vee I remember is me working or trying to work, and it just wasn't working. So I got home early, and then I immaturely quit the job with no 2-week notice, but I've grown a lot more. Because I mentioned that I got a job back in the last update video. That one didn't work out because they tolerated racism and sexual harassment there. So I left. But I did 2-week notice, so I've grown. So that was terrible, but it actually was not the worst case of the flu. But yeah. And then the last one is Influenza A. So I know that maybe I shouldn't title this section this, but I am like 98% sure I had Influenza A. So for people who don't know, I did just an unedited video back, actually almost a year ago. It's always December for some reason when I get sick. I did a video a year ago, and it was about the fact that everyone in my family got sick. And what happened is that my dad traveled right before Christmas, and he got everyone sick, and he was already sick too. And the thing is that like, I kind of was hopeful that I wouldn't get it because I was really trying to be careful. I was washing my hands constantly, and I still got it. Everyone got sick, and we had to spend Christmas, all of us being sick. Even my grandparents couldn't come over because my grandparents are starting to get older. Like, I think my grandpa is about in his mid-80s, and then my grandma just turned 80 this year. So we're not risking it. And like, we didn't want to possibly get them sick when they're more vulnerable. Yeah, everyone got sick. We were all sick during Christmas, and we also were dealing with the fact that Duchess, our dog who passed away earlier this year, was already struggling. So it was kind of a rough Christmas, not gonna lie. This Influenza A thing changed me because I also was the only family member other than maybe someone else that I was throwing up. Like, I don't know why I was the one who was selected by Mother Nature to be throwing up, but yeah, so I was, and that was awful, and I mentioned that in that video. But what really changed for me is I realized then I didn't get my flu vaccine and COVID vaccine in years. The last time I got a COVID vaccine was June of 2022, and I don't remember the last time I got the flu vaccine, to be honest. So that's why this year I got the flu vaccine and COVID. I got them both. Because also I am going to be going to New York City. Maybe a video might come out. That's one of the reasons. And I'm like, I'm not risking this again. And like, because Influenza A was probably what it was. And it's also kind of discouraging because they're saying that there is a possibility that we will have more of a severe flu season, the exact same thing that happened last year, which is really rare usually, or not very common, to have 2 severe flu seasons in a row. And one of the reasons is because people are not vaccinating their kids. So low vaccination rates is making it spread more easily. And there's this new variant going around called like subclad K or something. Even though it does have like, it can kind of evade immunity from the vaccine, it's still better than nothing. So yeah, hopefully I don't get sick. But these are kind of like all the times I remember. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm trying to like kind of do original videos. I think you guys have noticed in the past like month or so. I've been kind of trying to do like different subjects that aren't already based on videos that I've done, but I kind of wanted to talk about this today. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.